Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 140, a big round number for you, 140. 10 more to 150. We couldn't work out the schedule today. Well, I couldn't. So I'm here.
Don't say that. We worked it out.
We worked it. I meant like to be in person.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Sometimes you want to be. Sometimes it's fun to be together. Most of the time, it's fun to be together. I'd say most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
80%.
So we're doing Skype today. I don't think it should be any different. Episode 140. Man, we're getting close, but we haven't figured out what we're doing. I think we talked about the mystery cooler. Maybe have people join in. I've got a couple skunk beers. They're not skunked from, being here too long. Yeah, they might be, but I got just some bad beers to add to it. But we should talk about that. I have some beer news, but what's going on with you?
So just because I don't want to tamp off that mystery cooler, that'll lead me into after beer news. But there's something, and I'll throw this out on our the social medias. But what do you guys want to see as we're kind of revectoring focus, and we're going from the stool build and we're going to the ladder build. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see a return to our sponsors? Some Busch Light commercials. Do you guys want to see more games? It's easier to do in this transition online because we can share pictures. But just let us know. And you guys are pretty good. Chuggalos Divers for sure. I got a few hangers out there after we get to beer news where I'm going to respond to him. But just let us know. We're malleable. And before you say more on-site locations, we've got those coming.
Yeah, we got them coming. Commercials.
That was an ill-timed drink for both of us, but hey, that works out.
Dead air, as they say in the radio business. Dead air is not good. I think that's what they say.
Yeah, but this is a visual one, so they can see us drinking.
They can see, yeah. Unless you're listening, because I'll put this out audio. Hey, and we finally hit 1,000 downloads on Podbean. So
really,
if you're an audio listener, thank you. We've been definitely, if you put the line graphs next to each other, our YouTube is going much greater than our audio. But we hit 1,000.
Does that include all of our archives, or is that just the new stuff? Because this is episode.
Everything that's in our library. But we didn't post all that stuff until episode 100.
Yeah.
So it took 40 episodes to get to 1,000 downloads just in audio. We're way over that on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah. YouTube, there's a lot of meat.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat there. A lot of that's the quick ones, the beer reviews, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, if you're an audio listener or if you're just a watcher, hey, thanks. That's great. I noticed I was listening to a Joe Rogan episode the other day, and I noticed that when you play them now on Spotify, it also puts the video simultaneously, which I had not previously seen. So maybe we can cut a deal like Rogan did, where we get our audio and video on Spotify. So when you click it, you can play both.
We're definitely in for deals.
Yeah, we're in for deals. We're looking for deals. If you need to sell some shit, we can get them out to all, however many of our listeners, probably under 100, definitely.
Yeah, we could definitely hawk. Gone are the days when we're, there's a lot of fat to chew. In episode like 50 to 60 when we had shabillions of listeners.
Yeah, we did have shabillions, but now we just have jabillions.
Jabillions.
So I have a couple things. I'm not going to share this picture because this one sucks, but I have a different one that I'm going to share with the listener, viewer. The worst beer. So have you ever heard of Eat This, Not That? I believe it was started by Men's Health back in the day.
Yeah. Okay.
Stopped to do its own thing. Well, Eat This, Not That has put out its official worst beer to drink in 2021. This summer, just the summer. So I guess you can drink it at any other time. According to beer experts, which who knows who they are, I wasn't asked, so clearly not all the beer experts. But could you take a guess at what the worst beer is of the summer? Worst beer to drink this summer?
Margarita lime, Bud Light margarita.
You nailed it. I can't.
Did I?
Bud Light Limerita.
Oh, Limerita. Okay.
This one is confusing because it's from Bud Light, but the worst choice of beer is Bud Light's Limerita, says Laura Burak, MSRD CDN, founder of Laura Burak Nutrition. So I don't know what all those letters are after her name. I'm guessing she's some sort of master doctor something.
Did she write for the last week's website, the one where we aggregated all of the
yeah, probably
the top beers? She
realestate.com. Realestate.com. Yeah. So this is on Eat This Not That. So that's usually a decent site where you want to find here's something you might want, like a greasy cheeseburger. Here's something you can eat instead, usually for health. This one, what should you drink instead? I'm just not even going to read that part and just say anything.
Yeah, anything. Water.
Yeah. The next piece of news is the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, which I believe is a affiliate, a minor league affiliate, I think maybe AA, for the Chicago Cubs. They're now selling bat-sized beers.
Oh yes. Now, are you going to share this picture?
Yeah, I'm going to share this picture. So let me go to the screen share.
Just share screen. It'll be right on the picture. This is fantastic. If it's the one where the guy's like sitting in the outfield, guy or gal.
Oh yeah. It's not giving me the option for different screens, so I'll just share my whole screen. Just if you see something, don't say something. Can you see it?
It's an island.
That's all?
Or an isthmus, yeah.
Oh,
ooh,
weird.
There's a new island.
It doesn't give me. Oh wow, that's weird. It's pretending like my desktop is empty.
It probably is. JT, you could just send it to. I can Google that real quick.
Let me go ahead and just send you the link here. Wow, see, you got. I guess we haven't worked out. It's acting like my screen is blank, but it's not. So here's the link. Not sure if you'll get it in the videos, but Matt will get it, and he'll pull it. Wow, weird.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the videos.
So while he loads that, I'm going to tell you this is a 2-foot tall, about that big. I don't know how, if I'm going to be in wide format when we export this video, well, it's like, I mean, it's pretty big. 2-foot tall baseball bat of beer.
So I'm sharing my screen right now, so it's up. Look at that pelican.
But there's a couple tweets where it shows the true size of this thing.
Yep, and then I just scroll down from BCP contributor Brian Kerp, and it's Dollar Beer Day, which is gonna come up later in segment 3 once we get to that. I actually have a question, but that's awesome.
Okay. So that's pretty sweet. I don't know if it's glass or plastic, but I imagine it's a keepsake, for the ages. It looks frosty, so I'm gonna guess it's plastic.
I'm gonna guess it's plastic.
Yeah.
But with that said, you're not setting that down.
You're not setting that down. No. Now I don't know if you're familiar with my wife and my strategy at Cubs games. It's to wait until after Go Cubs Go is played, if it's a win, and we would scour the local seating areas for all of those collectible plastic cups that people pay like $1 or $2 more for, and we just take those. And we have an enormous collection of Cubs collectible cups.
There's no shame in that. All of the drink cups that we use that are plastic, because, again, beer podcasts, I enjoy pint glasses. They are way over. I can't take any more. The bar is full. Like, I've given some away. I've taken some up to offices. But plastic cups, because they're stackable way more. The plastic cups that we use, like, my parents don't even have plastic cups in their house. Wow. But the plastic cups that we have are Wisconsin Badger ones that I got from 7th grade social studies class. And then the taller ones, because you always got to have, like, I think it's like a 24-ounce cup, 20 to 24-ounce cup, are Montgomery Biscuits cups, which is the AA affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays, and they're in Montgomery.
All right. Yep, that's about what we have. A lot of Cubs, a lot of Dragons, a couple Reds, a couple Pirates, and then we get the nacho helmets. We go and try to find those too. Take those home with us. So
those require a little more cleaning.
They all require a lot of cleaning. I don't trust people's lips So we take them, we throw them in a grocery bag, and then we clean them when we get home. But we have a lot of them. So those are my beer news. If you want a beer baseball bat and you're in Myrtle Beach, well, you're in luck.
Yeah, I would so be in. I mean, because it's like it reminds me of a beer game, and I know I've talked about this, but you can imagine drinking the bat. So we have a beer drinking game, group of friends, the wrestling friends, that's called Wizard Staff.
Oh yeah.
So you can imagine, again, you take a can, and once you get a new one, you put it on top of that, and then you adhere it somehow, duct tape. And then eventually you try to drink your height in beer. So I know that I'm 13 to 14 beer cans tall. So by the end of it, you're almost yodeling, with like a didgeridoo.
Yeah, didgeridoo. I wonder how much beer can fit in a didgeridoo.
Depends on the bore of the didgeridoo. That's what creates the sound, how different the bore is.
I imagine that's true. They're not all the same.
They're not all the same.
Like a tuba, it's pretty standard.
So, last week we talked about the return of beer festivals.
Yeah.
And there was a beer festival this last weekend. I got invited to it, and I didn't get any feedback. So I'm guessing the people that invited me to said beer festival didn't even go themselves.
Well.
So, but if you go to a beer festival, in the next couple of months, leave us a review. Just even private message us, because I want to see how they're different.
Yeah.
JT and I weren't able to talk. My work center, which was JT's work center, just went maskless. If you are vaccinated and have been for 2 weeks, maskless.
Wow, I did not know that.
Believe it or not, and JT, I know you're sitting down, so you won't be too floored. People are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I would have taken advantage of it too.
At my desk, I am not wearing a mask when I get up to go to the bathroom, or if I go to a meeting or whatever. I still wear it. It'll take me a couple of days. It's just in my muscle memory now. So.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm pretty sure when I was there, I moved offices at the beginning of 2020 or 2021, and I'm pretty sure there are people in that office who I had just met when I moved my desk who don't know what I look like
because of the mask.
And now I'm gone. Yeah, because of the mask.
Jeez.
You know what my eyes look like? That's it.
Yeah, sultry. That's how I describe you.
If they were just Brew Crew fans, they'd know.
But crazy stuff. But JT, are you thirsty? Should we?
I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty for something other than Busch Light. So I'm ready.
I think actually did some pre-production today, Chuggalos. We decided JT was going first.
Yep, we decided.
That's our pre-production.
But if you want to, you can crack your beer when I crack mine, just so that we can both be drinking something good, or maybe not good. Who knows?
I'm actually, usually we warm up with Miller Lite or Busch Light. I am warming up with something that Chuggalo Ryan sent me. Hoppin' Barrels Hudson Haze.
Oh, interesting.
Let me go to a darker
there.
So this is just my warm up beer. It's a 6% hazy India Pale Ale, so a hazy IPA, so New England style.
Hudson Haze.
Pretty goofy stuff. I'll throw that as a bonus beer on Untapped. So if you follow me on Untapped, you'll be able to see that Untapped digital there.
All right, here's my beer. I am reviewing 50 West's Peel Out.
Peel Out.
Peel Out is a banana cream pie Hefeweizen.
So for the can art boner segment, if you would, JT, just as we get this, if you would black out your screen, put up a black screen and not like a really light screen, that will help when you do. Ooh, there you go. That might even help. Just
light. No, still bad.
See how it washes out.
Here, let's cover the light. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I can talk while you do that because I had to cover up the whole camera. You guys are there. You go. You guys will really enjoy this beer as I cover up my entire camera. Says JT.
It's the light. The light's right above my computer.
Yeah. Peel Out.
Peel Out.
Banana cream pie. You would.
Yeah, I thought this will be an interesting one. I've tried 2 other banana beers in my life, and honestly,
Was one of them Wells Banana Bread beer?
Yeah, probably at D20, whatever they have at D20.
That's a beer that launched my friendship.
That's always there because I think I'm the only person who gets it.
The Banana Bread beer?
Yeah, D20.
Yep.
Yeah. So here it is. So I'm gonna crack this open. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Oh man, doesn't have a very banana-y smell. Mostly beer. But okay. So I showed the can. I know there's a lot of light here. I'll go real close. Peel out implies a car, right? Peeling out or tires squealing. But in this case, we're talking about bananas. You know, sun's out, peels out. That's what they say.
All of them, all of those peoples.
Get your peel out. Banana cream pie. This is the Can Art bonus segment brought to you by. Who is it brought to you by?
Gatorade.
Gatorade still. Okay, I wasn't sure if someone else had taken over. So it's just a bunch of. It's kind of like got a wallpaper feel to it. It's got an orange creamy color and bananas, half peeled.
Can I say something about that can art?
Please.
I would wear that can art as boxers.
Yeah, that would be it would be good design. You know, or some people have like those new age sweats with print on them, printed some sort of picture printed on them.
Yeah.
Good for that. Banana sweats, that'd be cool. So that's really the can art. I mean, there's nothing to talk about here. Man, this beer, this tastes like a headache.
Whoa.
Like most.
My mouth is watering because I love banana cream pie.
I love banana cream pie. I love bananas in general. Banana and peanut butter, I think there's no better snack. Man, like every beer headache I've had, headache just like from drinking too much beer, having too little water, being out in the sun or whatever. I feel like this is the taste that's in my mouth. The banana's not sticking out. It's all Heffa. It's all beer. I'm trying to see what it says here. I had to turn my light back on here.
Banana's such a subtle fruit, though. Like,
but it can be strong, like in a banana runt. That's like all.
Okay,
banana.
So you chop me off there. So if it's enhanced by chemicals, but by itself, a banana is subtle. I think it's a texture thing. And like you said, banana and peanut butter, I agree with you. The banana is a vehicle to get the peanut butter to your mouth.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's to make you feel better about what you're doing.
Right.
Instead of putting a spoon in there and eating it.
Yeah, but I would challenge you to do it that way, and I would find it better is peanut butter and celery. But they're not going to make a peanut butter and celery beer.
I do like peanut butter and celery. Little ants on a log, right?
Yeah.
Raisins on there. But this beer, so it's not an awful beer. I have to say that.
The beer's not even on their website right now.
What's that?
The beer's not even on their website right now.
Jeez. Well, I think it's either too new or too old because it just showed up at Crispy Crunchy Shell.
Oh, yeah. Crispy Crunchy Shell. Shout out.
Looking at the bottom, it is brewed with bananas, real bananas, and vanilla and lactose. So, again, I think the beer companies are getting better at scaling down the lactose flavor. Just that milk sugar that just punches you and is like, whoa, this is sugar. I think it's the vanilla that is most prominent in this. And maybe, when you add bananas to a drink, typically it's a smoothie. You're going to just chop it up, right?
I'm glad you said a smoothie because I'm not, just sitting there and, JT and I are drinking on a Saturday night. And I go, you know what, JT, you know what this IPA needs? Banana. Like, I'm not just sitting there concocting. So I'm glad that you qualified it with a smoothie.
What I'm saying is when you have a drink that you want banana to be a part of, you would, put it in like a food processor or whatever, and then it would become part of your beverage. But I feel like when they brew with fruit, really what they're doing is they're going to extract the juices from the fruit in some way. Maybe squeeze it, maybe just throw it, like throw a bunch of oranges into the mix and then see, how the brewing process takes the juice out. I don't actually know. But with a banana, I can't imagine there's much juice that comes out of a banana.
I was going to ask you, where on the higher echelon of juices is banana juice? That's even funny to say.
There's a banana juice. So what you're going to get, especially if you're using real bananas, is you probably want sediment, at the bottom of this, because that would probably get some more banana flavor. I don't know how you extract juice from a banana.
You just have to pulverize it.
And even then, I feel like there'd be like a pulp or something, but there's not. It's very, very liquidy, smooth. It doesn't say roll can. It doesn't say roll tide or anything like that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. Well.
0 butt cheeks for a roll tide. Ouch out to old school.
Ouch out to old school. 5.1% alcohol, 1 pint can. Brewed with bananas. The vanilla is sticking out. Now I'm maybe there is something at the bottom because I am kind of getting some banana now.
Chug it. Bottoms up.
Later, while you're talking. Again, not a terrible beer. This beer, and it might be the beer type, maybe. Every time, this just tastes like what a headache would taste like. If I could just define that in some way, which I did.
Yeah.
But again, it's not terrible. Let me just get one more swig. 3.5. 3.5.
I gotta write this down because you know me, I keep track of that spreadsheet.
If you share this beer, pour a little in each glass, and then go back and do it again because I think there's more at the bottom of this than there is at the top.
So what?
And I did swirl it before I started drinking.
Help me out again. What's the name of that?
This is Peel Out by 50 West.
Peel Out. There we go. Thank you.
Limited release. A Long Strange Journey. Banana cream pie. With a pie beer, you got to have some crackery something, I think.
I agree.
You can't just have it. This is banana cream. Leave it at that. There's nothing crackery about this. There's nothing biscuity or crust related. Just banana cream.
And they could have did it themselves if you just said banana cream or Boston cream or something, but they put pie into it, right?
They did.
And there's nothing that carries that pie home because and it's a Hefe. So a Hefe, like a good traditional German Hefe, is going to have a little bit of a chew to it, which would help bring home JT's desire. I want a pie. Give me a little bit of chew. And like you said, it's super clear. There's nothing. There's no volume to it. There's no body to it.
Yeah, no. It's all vanilla. There's some banana there at the end, but that's it. No chew.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
All right. So I have because again this was going to be my week. So this was going to be one of the beers that I was going to do is Paradox Beer Company, and I'm going to go back to a black screen. I've got it up white for a reason.
Oh, I see. Okay, what you said by black screen.
Yep. Because I had something up, but the thing is, it's all words on this, and I'm not my esteemed colleague and colleague who's no longer is Cobra loves the words and pairings. Yes. So again, I just want to go. I'm just going to run down stuff, and then since we're on camera, while I'm running down this, I'm going to share the spreadsheet, and everyone can see. So the spreadsheet that I always talk about, and I'm running down it right now. I have tracked everything, even from when I'm not here or JT's not here, or Cobra wasn't here. Wild Ohio Black Cherry Bourbon Barrel 0.25. JT, you can see this too, right? Yep. So I've gone through. There's blanks, like that's when I was deployed, and this was like when the guys were doing like 10 beers a podcast.
We can fill those in.
Yeah, we need to go back and fill them in. But this is when we did distributed ops. You know, you do one, I do one.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, so there is a spreadsheet. I mean, we're still going. The bets, how many plays bet, check pills, just all the awesome stuff. So I'm going to stop sharing that and go back to the beer. So anyways, trip down memory lane there. So it is there. So this Paradox, and again, we did them on episode 85, but there's a couple of Paradoxes, so I don't know if it's this one. But so you can find out more at paradoxbeercompany.com. This is Skully Barrel number 31. If you go to their website, which is fantastic, you'll understand how they number their barrels. This is a sour ale brewed with apricots, and it's aged in oak wine barrels. And it's bottle conditioned, and it's got a lot of directions on here. I want to go to the directions. So this was released in 2015, so I've been sitting on it. Store, cool, and upright, and refrigerate for at least 24 hours minimum. So wow. I just stuck this in the refrigerator because big news, I just got my beer fridge back on Saturday. So there is only beverages. Yeah, only
Congrats.
beverages.
I was looking forward to seeing your kitchen. Just not this week.
Well, it's not done yet. We still don't have countertops. So I'm going to go with a pour just to do a pour. So a clear, almost like a lager body to it, but that's fine because it's a sour. That's too light. You can see through it almost. Delightful. Really sour, but it says that it's going to be sour. So I want to go on the color and the directions here. So the color says serve between 46 and 50. Hop profile, it's a sour, so that's low.
That's
and
cool.
This is where it engages sour, tart. Need a better camera and less.
Problem, but that's okay.
So sour, tart, and less.
Maybe pull your finger out of there.
Yep.
See if it focuses better.
It's got a pronounced punt. My finger's in the punt right now.
Oh yeah, big punt.
Okay, but here's why I brought up everything. Try this beer with roast chicken and potatoes with herbes de Providence, a Chardonnay steamed mussel, and filet de sole in brown butter. It's planning your whole meal.
Wow.
I wouldn't eat half of those, but that's fine. Also, it's a stone fruit sorbet, vanilla bean souffle, and fresh fruit tart with creme fraiche. So I've heard of that. So it also could be a main course beer or a dessert beer. And this beer was bottled with living yeast and open and pour gently, which I didn't see too much action from that, but that was fine to have that. Delightful. It's got still a little bit of sediment on the bottom, but that's fine. I again stored this upright. I didn't store it. I store all my beers upright. I just have more room for that. So it's got the that's how you know it's been stored in oak barrels or conditioned in oak barrels. So it's got the year. It's got the top of the barrel. So it's got a lot of stuff. So again, Paradox Brewing, they're out of Colorado. And again, I said their website. Before these guys started brewing, they have 30 years combined experience, and they didn't open up their brewery till 2012. So they brought 30 years, it's just two dudes. They brought 30 years into it. And if you go to their website, again, it says unflinchingly wayward. What does that mean to you, JT? Unflinchingly wayward.
They just, they charge forward like a group of army troops in war.
Yeah, damn the torpedoes, right? To use the Navy.
Torpedoes, full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead. So I appreciate too if you go to their website, it just says our story. That's what I about and stuff. That's I want to just know what your guys' story was, and it did a really good job. This is delightfully sour. I'm one of those where I disagree. I've been having this sit out for 45 minutes. I wish I would have brought it fresh from the fridge. I just like a crisper, sour, colder beer. Like I understand with stouts and stuff that you want it a little bit more closer to room temperature, but this I'm not gonna hold that against this beer. That was just me following the instructions. Apricot, I've been on the podcast, not my favorite fruit, but the sour overpowers that. The Brettanomyces and everything. It's a dry sour, which is, but not super dry. Off the top rope, this is a 4.5. This is delightfully refreshing.
Oh man, I was on the wrong website. There's two Paradox.
Yep.
Two Paradoxes. There's one
Paradox Beer Company is the one you're looking for.
It's out of Colorado. No shit. All right. The last one was out of New York, and they didn't seem to have as much experience as you were describing.
Wait, would you give that 50 West beer?
3.5.
0.5. I just need that for the spreadsheet. So it's out there. I should maybe throw that onto the old Facebook. I think you can throw spreadsheets on there.
I don't know. Who's doing business on Facebook? Spreadsheets are for business.
Yeah, I was supposed to say not us.
Not us.
It's interesting. There's like a bitterness profile, like almost like a salt on the back end of that, which is alarming because it's not expected. But
these guys look approachable.
So I do have a story as you look at those guys, both the 50 West guys. So the first time I encountered the 50 West guys, it was right when they opened up their brewery. So it was like 6 months after they were at the Ale Fest, when it was the last one that was down at Carillon Park.
Okay.
And God, I wish I would remember their names. So it's really a terrible story. But you say approachable. These guys just wanted to talk to myself and Chuggle Aaron for like 30, because we knew enough about beer, Aaron more so than me, to be, and this was before our involvement with the Ale Fest. We knew enough to be dangerous, and we just happened to go to the furthest place away so we wouldn't have to deal with crowds, because again, it was like 98 degrees. And they were like pitching because, they're on the other side of Cincinnati, and they didn't have all the expansion, because I got called out on this. It's not Chillicothe, it's Chillicothe or whatever. So it's anyways, they have a second location in Ohio. But
every Ohio town is pronounced differently than you'd expect.
Yeah, Chillicothe or something. But anyways, super, super nice dudes. If they would have been like selling insurance, I'd probably be the most insured guy in Ohio. But they were just pouring beer, and everything was delightful. Everything was safe. I can't think of anything that was super like just fantastic and a benchmark. But that's good, because if you're just starting out and you're way off the mark, I'm going to remember that more so than just the pleasant exchange that I had with them. And it was like, all right, this is solid stuff. I still haven't been to any of their brick and mortars yet, but they do emphasize, if you go to their website, a lot of fun, and just they sponsor football teams. They have running clubs for a brewery, a running club, but they do.
Well, there's a lot of beer running clubs. It's a drink
really
with a running problem. That's what they say.
Are you making a joke? Or are there a lot of?
This is for real. When I was in the military, there was a lot of these drinking running clubs, beer running clubs. Yeah, they're all over the place. It's people who are like, just like we started the podcast because people were too pretentious about beer. There's people who are like, there's too many serious runners who are like, running is life, and if you're not running seriously, then you're not running. And they were like, nah, we're going to run with beer. And so they basically meet up on some trail and run to a brewery or run to a bar, or they run to someone's house that has a keg or whatever. This is a common thing. Running clubs, they're beer clubs with a running problem. That's what they call it.
That's
About Me. West does not have an About Me page.
Oh yeah, no. I do as the math. I would say you're the math expert on this effort. What do you think about this? I'm sharing it. What do you think about that
Yeah,
equation?
that equation. I've been running that equation through my mind for a while. Passion plus palate plus patience equals paradox. Um, hmm.
I I have only one reason why that equals a paradox. I
Because
have no
patience.
idea how you get those.
I mean, yeah, I don't know that passion and palate make a paradox. That seems pretty common. But the
Yeah.
patience part, I don't know. I don't think that it should equal paradox. I think it should equal quality or something like that.
If you would have a drink with one of these two dudes, which one would you pick and why?
Oh yeah, the grade beer gentleman.
100%.
Or,
I'm
seems like
picking that dude.
some beers in his life.
I dig what these people are putting down though, and if they're the same,
Yeah.
my list is inconclusive, but if they're the same,
Do you
over.
think they're from? I think that maybe they're related.
No, I'm saying if it's the same paradox that we had on episode 85.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Smith in the barrels. Look at that. Just steaming. Sorry, smithing.
Steaming the barrels. They're just steaming the shit out of that barrel.
Oh, yeah.
What do you take away from that equation?
I the paradox is how all of those. I would drop palate. Passion plus patience equals. No, that's not a paradox though.
No, none of
None of
it.
that.
None of it is a paradox.
Banana plus oak
Yeah,
plus
that's a paradox. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think what we have here is just a recipe for quality. If you want patience and consumption of some sort of like food or beverage, they don't go together.
Right.
Because when you start bringing up terms like patience, you're also bringing up apologies. Like, sorry you waited so long, or something like that. Now yours is in an oak barrel, so the wait is expected.
Right. It's
Uh,
implied. Yeah, expected or implied.
I would say that you should replace patience with something like expertise or know-how, something like that.
Can do spirit.
The can-do spirit, yeah, and cans.
So I have, as we transition off of this, because I think there's a lot of meat on this bone. I threw this question out on our Facebook page. Spoiler alert, and to all the people, we're recording a day early. So this is Monday. Yeah. Typically we do it on a Tuesday. And an hour ago, I put what qualities are most important to you in a bar, or what intrigues you most about going to new bars. And I go, we'll be discussing this in just over 30 minutes. And I had 2 respondents.
Wow,
Already. So one,
good job.
One of them, oh yeah, this is how we need to go.
Yeah.
So the first one, and there's a couple of thoughts, and then I'm letting JT really mentally masticate on this because I want to give him time to I want to execute some patience about his mental palate.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
So it's paradoxical. The 2 respondents we got from Chuggle Orion is $1 beers, which goes into our earlier one with that bat beer, which was $1. And then off the top rope, because I didn't go off the top rope with this. We need to have off the top rope. Randy Orton chimes in with a finished ceiling, carpet, and dim lights. So he gave us 3 things.
Oh yeah, I know where his head's at.
Okay. Oh,
what he's thinking.
So you have thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I think he's paying homage to the Schroyer Inn.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Schroyer Inn has what some would call a very office feel to it. Carpeted floors. It has the I don't know what they call those ceilings that you can like push up the squares.
Tiles. like a drop ceiling.
Yeah, like a drop ceiling. It has all that stuff going for it. And you would like it because there is a dart machine that you literally do not have enough room to play darts.
I've played. Oh, not Schroyer. No, I've played darts in your neck of the woods. It's another bar.
There's only a couple here. There's another like hidden bar. Was it a weird
No, it's not the side entrance on that brick building.
Yeah,
we drove by that. They do throw darts out of there too. I'm gonna get the name.
Funny story on that little hidden brick one. Randy Orton and I went for a beer together. Like I want to say March 20th. I'm just gonna throw out a date. March 20th, 2020. We went to this little like hidden bar on Schroyer. It's behind like a dog washing business. And it's the one you're talking about. Hidden door on like a brick building.
Yep.
Wouldn't even know it's there.
It's crazy.
It's weird. And we were in there. We were drinking some beers, and we were watching what they had on TV at the NBA. Completely shutting down for COVID. It was the day the NBA closed shop. I consider the day the NBA shut down to be like the first day of COVID lockdowns. Because that was when like shit got real.
Yeah.
And we were at that hidden bar that day. Interesting. That's the whole story. There's no more to that story.
And that's I wish I could find the place because I know I told you about it and I know like how to get there from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I swear it's on Schroyer.
Probably. But there's so while he looks that up, the Schroyer Inn is next to Dairy Queen. Oh, you're probably talking about like Carmel's or something.
I swear it wasn't.
Carmel's is just not good.
What? Dude, maybe it was Schroyer because we parked in back. Dude, it was Schroyer. What's the bar that you guys went to after that poker night that is on? Is it Patterson?
Yeah, Schroyer Inn.
No.
We went to Schroyer Inn.
What's the one that's like next to the dry cleaner? It's on the edge of Patterson. Is that Patterson?
That's the hidden bar. There's also like a pizza place, Marion's or something like that.
No, it's got it's got one of the old school corner entrances, like when you were coming to your old house. So you're coming down Patterson. It wasn't the
Patterson. The only bars I know of on there's the Patterson Pub, which I think is on like
Patterson Pub, where it's got the corner entrance, like you walk in the corner of the building.
Patterson and Smithville.
Schroyer is where we threw darts out of.
Schroyer Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went there and threw some darts, and there's no room to throw darts there. There's only 2 dart bars. It's like crazy. I think you'd hate it. But you did it there.
Because the pool tables are immediately behind you, right?
Yeah, no. The darts are, there's like a little wall that jet sets from where you enter the bar.
Yeah.
And then the dart boards are right against that wall. And you actually have to butt up against the bar to throw darts at the right distance.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 of them. And the pool tables are across from that the other way. It's a weird bar. If you get a chance to go to the Schroyer Inn, go there. It's a unique experience. They do have carpet. They also have a back patio, which is kind of nice. And there's a dairy.
Is that where it's like? So the bathrooms, when you go out to the back patio, are right on your left as you're walking out.
Right as you're walking out.
Yeah. So that's where I threw dart. I didn't throw out of there. They didn't sponsor my team. We were a visiting team, unfortunately.
Yeah. That place is probably not a good place to go. Throw darts.
It sucked. The staff was nice, and so that goes a long way.
That's why people go to the Schroyer Inn. The staff is nice and they're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
If they get a beer, they know what it is.
Can we go back to the bars? And I'm gonna
let's go back to the bars.
So there was a monumental occurrence that happened this last week. JT and I faced each other in fantasy baseball, and I won.
Yeah, you did.
So that's important. That's a screen share. 45 minutes in, 43. So just sharing that.
Where did I lose the most? I lost in hitting. So
you were ahead of me, and then the weekend happened, and
Fernando Tatis Jr. has COVID apparently, so he was out.
I don't want it.
But I'm gonna say this, that I consider it a win because I beat you in most pitching categories, and you are all about the pitching categories. That's like
look at my hitting. Look at that day. Look at.
I was batting like 100 every day.
And I wish I had some batters.
Go to my team.
That's not important.
That same day, let's see what my team did. What day was that? Friday?
Friday. That's where my comment came out. Look at all that green. Look at all that green.
See, I got Ryan McMahon's out, Culberson's out, Altuve's out, Tatis has COVID, Springer, Robert, Franco's on the minor leagues. They're all out. I got no offense basically.
Yeah, so
he's been doing nothing.
I had 2 3 of my keepers out on Friday too.
Yeah, so we're in the same boat. You beat me. It was a close game. But I'm happy I beat you in pitching because this is my 3rd year in the league, and you have told me every year it's all about pitching. You got to win in pitching, and I did. I won in pitching.
And that's why I win, because you listen to me. You're just too trusting.
Since I've been in the league, you've won.
You're just too trusting. So anyways, that was a fun digression. Do you have a bar quality?
Bar qualities.
So $1 beer and carpet and basically the Schroyer Inn were provided by the Chuggalos. So Chuggalo Ryan and Chuggalo Randy Orton. So
Chuggalo Randy Orton, he nailed some qualities that I wouldn't say are on my list of things. So there's a couple things I think that would draw me to a new bar I've never been to.
Okay, excellent. This is where I wanted to go.
Are you known for something? So a lot of people are really big on Elsa's here in the Dayton region. Personally, I think it's trash and their margaritas are average, but everyone loves their margaritas. And so I have gone because of that, the bad one.
Word of mouth is what got you there.
Word of mouth helps. Are you known for something? If I'm in a new town and I don't have word of mouth, I look you up. Is there something that keeps coming up in my Google search that says that? The second thing is I have to have options. So when I'm thinking about, okay, there's a new friend from Illinois who's come in, they're visiting, where am I going to take them? It's almost always King's Table or D20 because they have options. Everyone can find what they're looking for. I can find what I'm looking for and new stuff. I rarely walk into a bar without first Googling it, looking it up. So I need either, are you known for something, or do you have a lot of options? That bar, that hidden bar on Schroyer, they don't have options. It's basically you can get Warped Wing as a craft beer, or you can get all the standard, swills. That's it. So I don't know that I would choose that bar, especially to take someone new to. But if someone's like, I hate craft beer, I'd take them to King's Table and I'd say, let's find you a craft beer that you'll like, because there's plenty of options. And if you hate everything we try, then you hate craft beer. Those are my 2 qualifiers. I don't think there's an aesthetic or a feeling about a bar. All bars feel different. Some have that sporty feel. Some have that kind of down home wood. Wood trim, nice finished wood bar kind of thing. Some of them are just pieces of shit. It doesn't matter. As long as you have options or you're known for something, I'm in. What about you?
Wow. I thought, I was going to have, so for me, for a bar that a haunt is obviously proximity, but I'm spoiled because King's Table is right here. But again, if I'm going to a new bar, the bar that's like on the top of my list. So I generated the question. So is the stock exchange up in Kalamazoo? That's the one where they have the tickers, and you order a beer and the beer goes up a nickel. So, but other beers then go down correspondingly. So other beers. So this would satiate. I told Ryan, he's driving around Lake Michigan. I go, that's a place you need to go just to see that gimmick. 2-story.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things, entire family games and everything like that. Outside of that, I guess, going to a new place, I'm not going to Google it as much, but with you and the Elsas, that if somebody else like suggests a place, I'm in. I'm willing to try. Holes in the wall. Being from Wisconsin, we have a ton of dives. That's why like Tanks is so fond in mine and my wife's heart, because it feels like it's a transplant from Wisconsin. Like you walk in there, there's a expansive back bar, and we weren't worried about their offerings. But now, as I get a little bit older, I need something that has offerings, because King's Table doesn't have that resonance. I mean, the tables are cool and stuff, but the bar is unique, but it's not like, it doesn't have that prominence that like a Century Bar does, or a Tanks does, where it's that big, expansive, and that's kind of cool. Like you feel like you're taking in something special. But we used to do this thing called Great Friday, where we would just go to all these sketchy bars, and it's just like you walk in and like the record skips like, gone are those days. I haven't done that in a couple of years, but I like just going in northern Wisconsin. I thought about texting my dad and being, my dad's close to retirement, and be like, hey, let's just take a week. Let's just drive around in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Let's not even make a plan. We'll just drive around and go. He's a swill guy, like your old man. Let's just drive around. Let's just catch up.
Places, yeah.
Let's eat Pep's Pizza. Do you guys know Pep's Pizza? It's just bar pizza.
Bar
pizza.
Sure.
Yeah.
Those are good qualities to have. I guess I hadn't thought about, if you're just looking for swill. There's got to be another draw, I guess. Yeah, dives are always fun. And Tanks has that, but dives typically have, they're usually restaurants with a bar. Or bars that kind of advertise their restaurant. Whereas like King's Table, they have food, but no, I don't talk to anyone who's like, oh yeah, go to King's Table for the food. And Century Bar is an experience in and of itself, because when you sit at that bar, you're going to learn something. Like the people behind the bar know about whiskey, and they're going to teach you a few things, and you can ask them questions, and they're accessible. If you don't want to talk to them, fine. You don't have to. But I mean, if you're going to a place like Century Bar, you're going there for a specific purpose.
So it's funny that you say about King's Table. King's Table, everyone goes, go have the tots.
Yeah, right.
But like the tots, there's nothing special. So this is Century Bar's new location. So sharing this at about 53 minutes. This is all one piece, this giant back bar, and it holds 200 bottles of bourbon. Yeah. So this is their new location. Up until 18 months ago, their location was about half this width.
Yeah.
So like you'd sit at the bar, or it had like 2-person tables. But now it's a little more expansive. They moved 100 feet. But this bar is it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And the people who work there are very knowledgeable.
Yeah. This is, bringing this up, named among, like, these guys know what they're, they look like they know what they're talking about. I don't want to. We notice you have 7. Like this guy, obviously, hey, can I have a vodka martini? He could probably do it, but you don't go there for a.
Yeah, no. Usually in places like that, ask them what you should drink. That's my experience. Yeah. I've always had the best experience just asking the bartender at a place like Century Bar, what should I have? And they usually hook you up.
Again, this was its old location, just bar stools, and again, the wall is just 5 feet further, but the same bar.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They make a killer eggnog, so if you go there during Christmas time, get that.
Yeah, it's it's definitely crazy. But Century Bar is like this area's claim to fame for like if you're saying bar, it's in the name.
Yeah, right.
They specialize in bourbon. They're gonna have a couple of beers. It's not a beer place, but it's still like, and yeah, it's an important place to go. And just get a taste of Dayton. It was again ranked the second best bourbon bar in the country last year. So
many high rated Dayton places. Yeah, Dayton gets shit on all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like you said, and for not being a big place. I mean, Dayton proper is 140. The metropolitan area is, well over 300. But because there's so many spur cities. But
yeah, maybe because it's so small.
Yeah,
not as much to do. People really get into their craft.
Yeah,
and they learn it. I don't know if you've been this way in a while, but like Pine Club, for example, you used to be able. The wait time's always 2 hours or more.
That's why I go to Paragon.
Yeah. I haven't tried that place yet, but it's on the list.
So good.
Now they make you wait outside because of COVID. I think that's changing, but the line at that place is insane. Every single day I drive by,
and you can't make a reservation.
Can't make a reservation. Yeah.
Which that's some of the prestige. Excuse me, but yeah. I like making reservations, and I'm an early bird, so that's why I like going to Paragon. It's a more expansive menu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
But Pine Club, you're going for. Help me out, JT. The environment, right? I mean, Paragon's got a great environment too, but it's not the Pine Club.
Yeah, I haven't been to Paragon, so I don't know what the environment's like. But you're going for the steak, and if you get something else, you've made a mistake, I think. I haven't had anything else there, so I don't know how it tastes. But I mean, you're going there for the headline making food,
right?
No other reason. I mean, why would you wait 2 hours for a fucking steak? I mean, geez, this is America. There's steak everywhere. It's because they make it a certain way.
But, they don't write anything down. They just commit it all to memory.
Yeah. From a business perspective, I think not taking reservations is probably more fruitful for them because they can get more people in.
Right. And
you eat until you're done and then you leave.
They made a sitting president wait. He didn't have a reservation.
I heard that.
Yeah. And that was the President Bush. So I believe that was the first Bush.
I wonder what he did during that time.
Probably just sat out in Beast or whatever, vehicle that he had.
Sat in the vehicle. There's a Ben & Jerry's next door. Maybe had some.
He just went down and had some wings down at B-Dubs.
Yeah, B-Dubs, yeah. Hey, you know what? Presidents eat B-Dubs too. All right.
They do. They're
just like us.
People are people.
People are people. If I was president, I would eat B-Dubs. Sometimes. Not often.
As we're talking about bars, I will say one thing that resonates, it was always, and Ryan alluded to this too, and I'm glad that Ryan brought it up with dollar drinks. The price of beers and specials don't do it for me anymore. Mm-hmm. So they used to. There was a time in my life where I'm like, we had Mug Club on Wednesdays where, you brought the specific mug in and it would be filled for $1. Yeah. To like pitchers of Point Special at a bar back home on Mondays, a pitcher of beer was $2.75. Well, I think that stuff is neat. That's cost has receded in importance in my life as I've gotten older.
Well, yeah, you're not going out to get a bunch of Miller Lite.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I go out and, King's Table 57, the cost is the last. I look at ABV to make sure I can sustain. I look at what the beer is.
Yeah.
And then cost is just because their beers range from $5 to you'll have $11, $12 beer. That's not, it's not cost prohibitive to me because I know they do such a good job sourcing their beer.
Yeah.
That's something I'm glad Ryan brought that up because while neat for dollar beers, it's not it's not in my search vernacular. I don't know what it's not in a consideration. JT, you?
I agree. Not looking. I mean, cheap beers is good if I'm like going bowling or something.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is dollar beer night at the bowling alley. I'll go there. We just need something to do. But yeah, if I'm looking for a bar specifically, I'm looking for variety. I want to try some new shit, and I want to try it on tap. I don't want cans.
Interesting. Okay, so the vessel, how on tap rather than can
On
bottle.
tap. Yeah, I mean, if I'm in Dayton or if I'm traveling, I want a local brewery, and I want it on tap.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know. I'll have to ask.
I prefer on tap, but I think you're much more of a stronger affiliation to. I want it on tap. I want it fresh, because tap typically fresher than like a can or a.
Although I have been, where did I go recently? I don't want to call them out per se, but I went somewhere where you could clearly taste the lines weren't clean. I think we talked about this between you and I.
Yeah.
I had a boat show, and I'm well versed in boat show. I drink it all the time, and I had one on tap, and it was fucking awful.
You said it was Jimmy John's.
It was Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's did not clean their lines.
Those jerks.
I was disappointed. No, we love Jimmy John's in this family, so we wouldn't trash them.
I asked somebody else best sub place, and they're not a listener, so it's fine. His name is Matt. I go best sub place in Beaver Creek, and he said DeBella's, and I think Subbies, and I should have been turned on to them sooner in my life here, coming up on a decade. Subbies is fantastic, and their onion rings are unparalleled for Ohio. Best onion rings in Ohio.
Wow.
And I'm an onion ring snob.
I've heard Subbies is good. I haven't been there, but I'll try the onion rings.
So good. The subs are good, but the onion rings are, the milkshake that brings this boy to the yard.
Yeah. I always judge restaurants by the Reuben, because Reuben, it's always the same ingredients, but it can be wildly different. So
I never knew that. I never knew that's how you judge.
That's how I judge.
So that's your go-to is Reuben. For me, it's onion rings.
No, it's Reuben. Yeah, so I never knew that about you. That's good. Onion rings. So yeah, Reuben. If I get a Reuben and it's just so good, then the restaurant is good as a whole, and I'll recommend it.
Best Reuben in Dayton area.
Best Reuben in Dayton. Oh man, I kind of put myself on the spot there. I have to think about it.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll have to remember. I have I'm thinking of one, but I can't remember where I ate it, which is not a good thing for that restaurant because it was good. I'll think about it.
Deconstructed Cheater, ouch out to Oregon Express for their Reuben pizza. It's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, I think I've had
Deconstructed,
that.
So it's not in the spirit in which JT's thinking, but
my wife made for the Super Bowl one year a Reuben dip. Yeah, those are good.
Is that the one where you totally eviscerated my hand?
I don't know that we had the Reuben dip on that one. Might have made a buffalo chicken dip that time, but we bring that up constantly. Every time we cut something in this house, we bring Matt up. And
you gotta watch out. They have the Ginsu knives over there.
Yeah, we got new knives.
Hack off your fucking hand.
Yeah, those knives are sharp.
Just walking around with my hand way above my head.
I'll hold the bagel or whatever, and they'll cut down like this. Like, don't do that. That's just bad form.
Nope. It was the bread knife too, so it doesn't get used very often.
Yeah, no, because
it's cut giant pretzels.
But that's the best Reuben in Dayton, man. I'm really trying to figure this out. I've had a lot of Reubens in Dayton. Not as many Cubans in Dayton.
Not a place you would think of for like a Cuban hotspot.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll figure it out and I'll say it next week.
Well, or throw it on the social medias.
Yeah, I'll throw it on Facebook. Yeah. So yeah, that's if you've had a good Reuben, let me know where you had it and I'll try it. If it's in Yellow Springs, probably not going to go there. Unless it's at Yellow Spring Brewery, I'll go there.
So if they have a good Reuben, you'll be there, right?
I'll be there.
Okay, Chuggalo Ryan, Chuggalo Mikey, best Reuben in Eau Claire. Throw it on social media. JT's on his way.
I'm on my way. I want to go. I want to go there.
Good. We need time.
I gotta do a couple things in Wisconsin. I got a Wisconsin checklist I need to mark off. The only things I've never gone farther than Milwaukee. No, I don't know what.
I always get frustrated with that.
The Dell's farther than Milwaukee.
Yeah.
From a perspective of Chicago.
So like I say Wisconsin's roughly a box.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison. I'm from like this part of the box.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks about
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get up there. I've done the touristy stuff, did the cheese places, the fireworks, and a lot in Milwaukee. My band's played there a bunch of times, and I went. I went to the rave a bunch of times.
Yeah, the rave, ballroom are all good places.
Big props to Milwaukee Fest. I mean, got to be one of the top 5 festivals in the country. Hands down.
Summerfest.
Summerfest, yeah. I'd say Lollapalooza, Summerfest are probably 2 of the top 5. Lollapalooza's been falling off lately, but man,
that's at Grant Park, right? Grant Park every year.
Yeah, Grant Park. Yeah, Grant Park. It's usually phenomenal. Great lineup of artists, but Summerfest. Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. Really fun. Really fun.
I was thinking this last weekend about Wisconsin, just getting a vehicle and just losing myself, not just going without a plan and just driving around. And
great idea.
Which is odd for me, and you know me as a planner and everything, but I have a shit ton of vacation. The only reason I haven't is, I don't want to stick Stacy and the girls by themselves, but just like.
What do you think you'll find?
What do I think? I had a geography, and as I'm wearing a Wisconsin beer shirt, but I had a geography of Wisconsin class, and it was nice. We just loaded up in a bus and we just drove around. Wow. Like the instructor had a plan, but he didn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
Rest his soul, Professor Bodden, but he wrote his dissertation. I've talked about him on the craft beer movement in the United States after 1970, and just drove us around. It was fantastic. A small class.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And again, just awesome. My heart yearns for a home, and like Chuggalo Ryan always sends this crap on Snapchat and our WhatsApp group and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I'm at this brewery in Bunkersville, Wisconsin. Yeah. Never even heard of it. And it's like, oh God, that's so awesome. But shit happens.
Do it, man. Live your life.
Carpe diem.
Yep. Carpe diem. Seize it. I think that's it.
That's it. I think this was a home run. Again, Chuggalos, give us feedback. Do you prefer these episodes? Do you not? I like that we can show the spreadsheet, screen share, all of that stuff. It just sucks because I can't touch JT underneath the table. That's why he wasn't as excited today. Dr. Just posted atmosphere, especially when you can hear the music. It's not too loud to drown out conversations. That is important. Atmosphere. And we might resonate that on more. There's a lot of meat on this. Like, what do you look for in a bar? Dr. is building a bar. So, these are going to be things to consider. If you post on our social media, we have a Chuggalo that's building a bar. Give him your input.
Yeah, the people who spend money don't want to be in a place where music drowns out conversation.
Right.
You want to keep those people in-house.
Have it available, but there's an acceptable level.
Yeah, there's an acceptable, of course, yeah. Well, that's episode 140. Thanks for joining us. Hit us up on social media. Listen, watch, do whatever. 140. Matt's got the hand signals down. That's it. Thanks for joining us, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.